we could just live a life, a daily life, where we absolutely enjoy what we're doing and who we're doing it with. So this is the essence of what Costa Rica is.
Diego came to Costa Rica in 1973 on his honeymoon and stayed for 50 years. Today he runs an art gallery and builds houses in Nosara. I talked to him to understand why Nosara didn't go the way of other beach towns and what Pura Vida means as a business model.
I go by Juan Santiago Diego Segundo, Ray. So I kept my last part of my US name. I came here bringing my mother down in 1973, so 51 years ago, with the idea of her discovering a retirement paradise. I was raised in an environment of intense consumerism in North America. And when I arrived in Costa Rica in 1973, it was the absolute perfect visual paradise, the climate, the energy. I traveled all through Mexico and Central America, and each country had a different flavor. And I found Costa Rica to be the most consuming and welcoming, embracing, warm people of all of Central America. We're on our honeymoon living on $3 a day, which taught me to economize. Because we had no car, we had very little money, we were camping. This gave me an insight into the Costa Rica people, to the hitchhiking on the highway, to be never passed by a Costa Rican car. From the capital, Liberia, in the entire day, there would maybe be 30 cars on the principal highway. Every Costa Rican stopped, and most of them invited you into their home. So this was probably the most striking thing about Costa Rica to me, was a mixture of the incredible environment, the physical environment, the nature, but more importantly, the nature of the people.
Why did you choose Nosara specifically?
There's a special energy here, very unique. There's a lot of people traveling through here that are trying to find their spiritual center. People started coming here because of that. There's a lot of different theories that there's something happening in the cosmos with this area. There's like a vortex that takes you to another dimension. It really does seem to center you in what we're meant to be with God, with nature. For me, God is nature. This area has something unique of all the places in Costa Rica. Another reason I moved to Costa Rica was that specifically this area, I mentioned the 28 organic farms. It's very big in organic farming. The similarities are always the quality of the food, the air, and the water. There's a spiritual quality of feeling connected to the planet and to your family.
What is the essence of Nosara in comparison with Santa Teresa, Samara, or Vida?
What's different here, say, if you compare to Tamarindo or Jaco, which is really commercialized, you're getting away from it. The very fact that you have to, it's a little bit difficult to get here. You can't really just fly in for, a few nights as easily as you can fly into Liberia and have paved roads into a nice area. So that's growing, that has always grown here. This essence of like natural healing, the Iboga treatment, the Wanaski treatment, the natural spirit. There's sound healers here. There's, of course, many emotional healers. And the whole yoga is obviously is a therapy of healing. So I think that kind of builds on who comes here. So you want to go to a place that's got nightlife or a lot of a lot of parties, a lot of discos. Maybe that's Santa Teresa. And Tamarindo has a lot more commercialism. You want to buy stuff.
Do you believe that the essence of this place will remain the same for next decades?
Yes, because I think there's a preservation effort. Not only like we talk about preservation of the environment, of the clean, trying to keep the vegetation and the animal life protected, but there is this idea that people that come here, fair amount of people, I think the ones that stay and they want to protect this rather than just, build a rental house and leave. and enjoy the rental income and come here once a week. I mean, there's nothing against those people, but I think there's a fair amount of people coming in with money that are here because how many paradises with the infrastructure that we have, how many places are there left on the planet that have the nature in the form of the trees, the vegetation, and then the wildlife, the ocean, the beaches, and the people. I want to believe the majority of them are coming here and appreciating they're in a different culture and a different lifestyle. And it's not just to come and have a place in a nice climate. It's bigger than that. The climate's bigger than just the weather. It's about the people and the nature and the preservation. So I want to think that a huge part of it will be preserved.
What is your daily routine?
I try to get up with the sunrise. Sometimes it doesn't work out. You have a bad night, but you try to, get out here and have a cup of coffee. And I guess it's a form of meditation, but it's not very structured. And then as soon as I can get going, I like to do a long walk on the beach that ends at the surf club. A nice, I'm not that ambitious, a 30 to 45 minute surf, a walk back with my dog, my love. This is a big part of my life, my dog. I got her when my wife left, so she's 2.5 years old. So we do a walk. If the surf's no good, we do an open water swim in the ocean. Typically, I got a little bit too much going on. I've got repairs going on. I've got a little building going on. I try and get to the art gallery every day for 2 to 4 hours and produce some art and spend a lot of time with my girlfriend. Do you want to come and be in the video? So my Costa Rica girlfriend, that's like super charming and sweet and beautiful and like a great artist and a really good mommy to the dog. And she is fabulous. So like keeping me going, We're only 48 years age difference apart, not that much. This is actually Costa Rica folk art. All of these pieces were made by girls that I hired as maids to clean. And then part of the job is that when you get the cleaning done, you can make art.
What about the boards?
And the boards are my board design. Primarily, it's like the concept is a short longboard. It's taking a lot of volume and like reducing all the volume into a short board so you can get the same handicap, if you will. Help you catch the waves, stability on a very short board. And then the only money that is spent outside the country on anything in here is only the printing of the art on the glass. We have to send the chips to San Diego. They print the glass, they return it to a factory in Tamarindo.
And the masks?
There's still indigenous Indians living here and surviving from a craft. This is like all carved out of a single piece of wood.
Single piece of wood.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah. And the cool thing about this is you can have a conversation with the guy that actually makes them. Wow. Because he's a personal friend of mine.
And you sell it?
Yeah. Start at like $300 and something this detail maybe goes to $500. I have a pretty good following. They're becoming collector's items because people are thinking 5 years, 10 years, how difficult that'd be to get. We have a plan, Nicole and I've seen it done, different artists have done it, where you get clothing and you get special paint, and she's going to do this very dramatic abstract art on the clothes. So we're going to have art clothes by here.
And this is like a kind of Fifth Avenue of Nosara, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's crazy. I had one night, I had 30 people in here, and I had people that were paying, $8,000 for a piece of art and paying another $1,200 to ship it to the States. I mean, the middle of the jungle, I mean, it's exceptional, but it happens.
You've mentioned another part of your activity is the construction company?
Yeah. Right now we're revamping some of my villas for sale, and then we're going to start a tiny home business. One of the things that's going on in the community is there's good employment here for a lot of Costa Ricans, but the housing is obviously pushed up by the foreign investment on it. It's very difficult to get housing under $1,000 a month. So we feel like the tiny home concept, we'll be able to build them, place them, and rent them for less than $1,000 a month. A lot of people will buy vacant lot and they have a dream to build a beautiful house, and then they find they don't have the money to build the house, or the building regulations change and they can't build a house. So the idea of this homes on wheels is you can do anything here on your property with no permit if it has wheels on it. So the idea is you wheel on the little home, you do a nice little deck around it, you don't need to get a permit.
Do people who are living here contribute anything to the local community?
There's enough initiators here, at least 8 different organizations to help the monkeys, to build monkey bridges. So I think most people ready to do something. There's a woman that does a fundraiser once a year. She lost her son in a terrible accident here, but she loved the country and she stayed, and she does a fundraiser and she raises in one day. I contributed 5 of my art pieces to her fundraiser. So in one night, she raised $35,000. All of that money goes to funding of a lower income single mothers with children that need help. I've given out the art gallery a half a dozen times to different organizations to raise money. I think people coming here generally want to help the community. You have to reach them. When somebody addresses me, I'm all on board.
Will you go surf today?
Yeah, we're gonna go surfing, sure. I've been surfing for almost 56 years. I go to the beginner beach and I help, like in small way I can, encouragement and guiding, and there isn't this fight for the wave. It's like, let me help you catch a wave. It's a beginner beach, or it's for families, or it's for older people. It's a family energy. It's a gentle energy. So I've reinvigorated my surfing here because it isn't just about going and catching a wave. It's going and having a hoot, because the person that's 40 feet away from me standing up, more likely than not, that's their first day standing up on a surfboard. So there's this beautiful energy of encouragement and fun. Surfing here has a different connotation than any place I've ever surfed in the world. I've surfed all the Hawaiian Islands, and I went out seeking the big, crazy, powerful waves. And with those big, crazy, powerful waves, you get crazy, powerful, aggressive people. You don't have that here. Pure Vida vibe here. It's really cool. It's really cool.
What is your formula for Pure Vida life?
If you are getting up every day and doing 100% of what you wish you were doing, that's the Pure Vida life. I've always been 85%. Realistically, if you're trying to build a business in the United States, it's hard to be 100%. There's some paperwork, there's some taxes, there's some clients you don't like. The North American drive of achieve, acquire, success, and entrepreneurship is really not part of the Costa Rican energy. If you're doing what you want to do every day, then you're living a Pure Vida life. I'm going to be 69 years old, August the 11th, and I plan on living the rest of my life here. And I've cultivated a business, the art gallery, and a rental property that I'll be able to get up every day until I'm dead and help in some way, not charity, because the Costa Rican people are extremely honorable people. They don't want, do they need charity? They only seek equal respect and acknowledgement in the kindest way that this is their country. If you pay attention, you can enjoy Pure Vida here, which is this idea that everything is here now. We don't need to work for something in the future. We could just live a life, a daily life, where we absolutely enjoy what we're doing and who we're doing it with. So this is the essence of what Costa Rica is. I just want to say that I come to recognize that I'm living an incredibly lucky life, and I'm trying to appreciate every moment of it. So anyone else out there who is living a life close to their dream, appreciate it.
That's Pura Vida, not a slogan, but an economic model. And maybe that's the real lesson of Nosara. The best way to sell paradise is to never sell it out.